Hey folks, Scott Carter here with GatorZone.com. I'm here with my colleague Chris Harry, and we're at the O-Dome where on Saturday afternoon, this place is going to be a madhouse, Chris. Kentucky comes to town, senior day. The Gators are looking to close out their regular season with a perfect 18-0 record, which will become the first team in history to do so. But first, before we talk about that, Chris, I want to talk about a little bit more about Michael Frazier, where the other night at South Carolina, he put up a record performance for the Gators, and you were there. I mean, where did that come from? What were you seeing from your seat there on courtside?
Yeah, a lot of this week was going to be about the seniors, but we do got to talk about the sophomore Mike Frazier, who went to South Carolina and did have a performance for the ages. 11 three-point shots, most ever made in a game between two Southeastern Conference teams. I mean, to put it in context, it was a 28-26 game at halftime, and in the second half, South Carolina scored 5 field goals. Michael Frazier had 6 three-point field goals, so in essence, he beat the Gamecocks by himself in the second half. It was a phenomenal shooting display, and I tell you what, Michael Frazier, his first 3 years of high school, he went to Plant High School where my daughter went, so I saw him play in high school. I saw him have some crazy nights. I talked to him a little bit about that in the second half, and he said it's not like high school, it's not like AAU. In college, you go on the road, you know, you gotta be focused, you have to play defense, and he didn't really have time to think about being in the zone that he was in. He said he was just there, and I tell you what, Scott, he was wide open. Gamecocks kept leaving him. They have a very aggressive defense, but he worked perfectly against what they were doing, and I tell you what, he had a night for the ages that was, I don't know, comparable to maybe what these seniors, the day these seniors have a chance to have Saturday here in the O-Dome against Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, the Wildcats come to town. Obviously, this is a rematch from a game a couple of weeks ago up in Lexington, and I'm pretty sure John Calipari has probably told his guys, you know, make sure you know where Frazier is first, yeah, but also deal with these 4 seniors. And, you know, Chris, the first rematch, that was a big win for Florida. A lot of people wondered if they could go up to Lexington and get that win. They did, and since then, they've still been winning. What do you expect the second round to be like Saturday?
One of the things that's different is Florida's #1 team in the country now. When they went to Lexington, that wasn't the case. But I tell you what, they sure played like the #1 team in the country up there. They handled the pressure up there. They handled the crowd, and now everything's going to be reversed. Here comes Kentucky with a very young team, as John Calipari tells people all the time, against a veteran team. And in a way, the roles are reversed. I mean, Florida's expected to win this game. All the attention is on these seniors. They're going to come in there, and I tell you what, Kentucky needs a win like this to really help them relative to their NCAA tournament seeding. So you can imagine this is going to be a game that they're going to come in ready to play. But I tell you what, Billy Donovan, he doesn't have to do a whole lot to sell his team to get ready for this. It's their last time for Patrick Young and Scotty Wobekin and Will Uget and Casey Prather to play before this home crowd, which just adores them. We know that. The campus people love everything about this basketball team. And now you mix in Kentucky and Calipari and that whole thing, and it's just going to be one of those really amazing kind of send-off situations for this basketball team.
You mentioned the 4 seniors, obviously the leaders of this team, featured in Sports Illustrated this week. I mean, they're getting a lot of attention playing on the #1 ranked team. And it is senior day, and I mean, these guys have been the 3 straight Elite Eights. Here they are, obviously have some huge goals before the end of this season. You're around these guys regularly. What do you sense their mindset is going into this final home game?
Being here for 4 years, they have that sense of, they have perspective, and they know this, you know, 4 years is a long time, and yet it's coming to an end now. Yeah. It's the last time they can be before these people. They've won 112 games together. That is just an amazing statistic. And it's still not the winningest class in Gator history, but they have a chance to do some things that other Gator classes haven't. You know, to win that 113th game would be special, but to go out as the only 18-0 team in Southeastern Conference history, that's the carrot that Billy Donovan is dangling at this team right now. You know, they'll get to SEC tournament next week, NCAA tournament down the line, but right now they're focused on being the best team they can be in this game Saturday, and that would cement them a place in SEC immortality that no one can ever take away from them.
Well, there'll be a lot of people watching, a lot of people packed here inside the O-Dome on Saturday afternoon for the Kentucky-Florida game. For my colleague Chris Harry, I'm Scott Carter. Thanks for joining us.